Turkey, MP in Turkey praises Hitler for exterminating Jews. This was reported today in the Russian media. And this is what I mean when I say eventually Turkey is going to invade Israel, because I think that the war between Israelis and Palestinians is going to get so bad that the Israelis are going to say this is a war of eradication, and they're going to kill so many Palestinians, and it's going to be ugly, and it's going to be bad, it's going to be atrocious. And you have these lunatics in Israel who are like the settler types, the ultra-religious, the ultra-nationalist Orthodox types. You have a lot of these psychopaths in Israel. And I think there's going to be atrocities, and the Israelis will say, well, this is a war of extermination, etc., and things are going to get really bad, to the point where Turkey's going to say, we have to invade Israel as a peacekeeping force to protect the Palestinians. It could be put in either two ways. It could be put in a more diplomatic way, like, hey, we need to have an intervention force or a peacekeeping force made up of different international militaries, different, made up of an international coalition, and to go into Israel and to protect the Palestinian civilian population because things are getting really bad. And of course, this is all going to be in accordance to NATO or UN protocol or whatever. And that's going to be a way to invade Israel. Or it could just be blatant, and the Turks will say, let's just invade Israel, kill the Jews, and usher in the Mahdi, subhanallah, some crazy shit like that. It's going to happen either way. So check out this article. MP in Turkey praises Hitler for exterminating Jews. Oh yes, right there in Turkey, a member of NATO. The representative of the ruling party in Turkey, Süleyman Sezen, expressed support for the actions of the leader of German Nazism, Adolf Hitler, during the Second World War, namely the campaign to exterminate the Jews. Oh yes, this is being said by a member of the biggest party in Turkey, which is one of the most prestigious members of NATO. Oh yes, it's happening, everybody. That's what I'm saying. Jew hatred, Nazism, justifying terrorism against Jewish people, justifying atrocities of Jewish people. All these things are signs of a coming second Shoah, a coming second Holocaust. And I've been saying this stuff for years. Back in 2008, I had a YouTube channel. And that YouTube channel was, I guess you could call it my Polish YouTube channel, because most of my audience was Polish, believe it or not. Like 98% of the people watching me were in Poland, which was amazing. And I did a video in 2018 saying, asking the question, is another Holocaust possible? And in the video, I said yes, and I gave the reasons why. And I said, okay, you have Iran, which loves Hitler, and they hate the Jews, and they want to kill the Jews. Then you have Germany, which has this weird relationship with Iran, in which it'll like condemn Iran, and then it'll kind of go along with the sanctions, but then it'll say something like, well, we can still work with the Iranians, and we don't want to pull out of the Iran deal. And yeah, even though Iran wants to build a nuke to destroy Israel, having an Iran that's armed with nuclear weapons, and maybe it wouldn't be that bad, and blah, blah, blah. Like, Germany has this very weird history with Iran, and it's been going on for decades. I mean, you can go all the way back to the Clinton administration and read about how Americans were frustrated with Germany because it had this sort of warm relationship with Iran, this warm tie with the Iranians. And also in Germany, there's a growing frustration in regards to the narrative that suppresses Germany from becoming powerful again. Like, there's this weird thing that's been going on in Germany where you have people who say Germany must never become a strong military power ever again. We had that in the past, and look what happened. Very terrible things happened. We've all heard about them. I hope all of you have heard about them. You'd be surprised how many people don't know about the Holocaust. Yeah, but you have people who say, Germany should never go back to becoming a military power again. Germany should just basically be a slave of NATO. And then you have people who say, let's make Germany great again. And Germany should have nuclear weapons. And Germany should have a powerful military force. And Germany should be the defender of Europe and should be a great military power again. So there's this contention in Germany between the pacifist and the militarist, the people who want to revive German military power. And anytime, so Germany has done things with Iran, right? Germany has tried to have commercialism with the Iranians, and the Americans hate this. But it's Germany's way of being independent from American power. And I talked about this in my video back in 2018. And I gave an example of this. So, for example, the Germans wanted to build some liquid natural gas plants in Iran. This was back in, I want to say, 2009, early 2000s, let's just say that. So back in the early 2000s, Germany wanted to make a deal with the Iranians to build liquid natural gas plants in Iran. And the pro-Israel lobby in Germany, and yes, it does exist, the pro-Israel lobby in Germany protested this and said Germany should never make deals with Iran because Iran hates Israel. And the Germans were pressured not to do the deal, and they did not do the deal. And so there has been talk in Germany for years about German independence from American power, but also independence from the pro-Israel narrative. So from this, you have this sort of hatred against, not sort of, you have this hatred against Israel. And so you have this tie with Iran, you have frustration about the history of the Holocaust being used to shut down Germany's attempts at reviving itself. And also in Germany, you have a great sympathy for the Palestinians. So what could happen in the future? What could happen in the future is Germany could join the Iranians to kill the Jews. Germany is also a strong ally with Turkey, which is also a country that really hates Israel. Regardless of the commercialism that it has with Israel, Turkey, I think it's safe to say Turkey really hates Israel. There is also a sympathy for Hitler in Turkey. I think Mein Kampf was a huge bestseller in Turkey and is still a popular read in that country. So there is a Nazi problem in Turkey, as there is in Iran. And I think eventually Turkey will use the war between the Jews and the Palestinians as a way to justify military intervention in the region. Now, I don't have a piece of paper or that, a record from the inner circles of Turkish politics that says, oh, we're going to invade Israel. But you can just read certain stories. I don't have a record from, the inner circles of German intelligence that says, oh, yes, we hate Israel and Sieg Heil. I don't have that, all right? But the way I see things is you can read certain stories and you can read between the lines. Why is Germany warm with Iran? Because Germany wants to flip the middle finger to the Americans. Germany wants its independence. So you have this German desire for independence mixed with its tie with Iran. Then on top of that, you have Turkey hating Israel. And what unites all three of these countries is sympathy with the Palestinians. That's what unites all three of them. Sympathy with the Palestinians. And I said in this video that it could be possible that in the future we will see Germany, Turkey, or I'm not sure if I mentioned Turkey, but we could be seeing Iran, Germany allying together to kill the Jews again. So I said, could the Holocaust happen again? Yes, absolutely. And that I did that back in 2018. So I've been talking about this for years now, half a decade. And YouTube actually penalized that video, and because it was the third penalty that I got, my channel was shut down after that. So that was the end of my Polish YouTube channel. Yeah, reading between the lines is for some reason people who don't want to read between the lines are people who don't want to listen to what you have to say. Japan will go Tojo again. Yeah, I believe that. I believe Japan, and look at what Japan has been doing, within recent years. Eventually it's going to have the biggest military budget or the third biggest military budget in the world. So it's like the demons of history are coming back. But you look at this story from Turkey, and you see here is a politician who's a member of the biggest political party in all of Turkey, and here he is saying, "I love Hitler, and let's kill all the Jews." I mean, how blatant do you need to be? How blatant do you need to be? A member of the ruling Justice and Development Party, Sezen, commenting on Israel's actions in Gaza, publicly expressed solidarity with Hitler's opinions on the need to exterminate the Jewish people. The politician said that the Israeli state will soon come to an end and that peace and tranquility will come around without Jews. Hitler has the words, "You will curse me for every Jew I did not kill. This is true. I pray for the repose of Hitler's soul." And this is something, you read this and you think, oh, some German skinhead in a bar said this. No, this is a member of Turkey's biggest political party saying this. Hitler has the words, "You will curse me for every Jew I did not kill. This is true. I pray for the peace. I pray for the repose of Hitler's soul." Yeah, Ukraine got a Nazi problem, so does Turkey. Since the Zionists constantly turn out to be the cause of all the troubles in the world. Earlier, President of the Russian Federation Vladimir Putin critically assessed the performance of Yaroslav Gunka, a member of the SS Galicia division in the Canadian Parliament. The Russian leader also reacted harshly to the reaction of Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky to the speech, accusing him of denying the Holocaust and supporting the Nazis. So it looks like NATO's got a Nazi problem. You have NATO support for Ukraine, which includes supporting old Nazis and neo-Nazis as well. And then you have Turkey, which is the second most armed country in NATO, and they got a big Nazi problem. So yeah, it's a very weird situation. Very, very weird, very surreal situation what we're seeing here. You know, how many times did we hear, hey, it could happen again. Hey, it could happen again. History can repeat. And we all thought that was crazy because it's like, how could people, go back to Nazism? That's just insane. Well, you're seeing it right before your eyes. You're seeing Nazism. You're seeing Jew hatred, all these things. Becoming more and more mainstream. Here's another thing. Check this out, guys. I posted on this yesterday. This is insane. The private army of Erdogan is saying we need to invade Israel. Yeah, the private army. So there is a big paramilitary organization in Turkey. It's called Sadat, S-A-D-A-T, Sadat International Defense Consultancy. And it says here, in a press release in Turkish and Arabic on October 13th, the Association of Justice Defenders Strategy Studies Center, ASAM, a front organization run by private military contractor Sadat, which many believe is a de facto paramilitary force loyal to Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, praised the Hamas attacks on Israel on October 7th, making a series of contentious claims regarding the Israeli response. Sadat proposed the deployment of an army comprising Islamic countries in the region to put an end to Israel's occupation. So there you go. You have the private army of Erdogan saying, let's invade Israel to protect the Palestinians. This is just another presaging sign of things to come. That's the bottom line. It's a presaging things of what is to come. You have the Turkish politician saying, I love Hitler, kill all Jews. You have the private army of Turkey saying, let's invade Israel. I mean, what else? Read between the lines. You can see the signs. There's going to be another Holocaust. I hate to say it, but there's going to be one. It's very sad.